Hello. Here we go. Time for some slaughter. The slaughter being me, not what I'm going to do. Final scenario of the Web of Dreams campaign of Arkham Horror the card game as part of the League of Extraordinary Investigators solo league. Funnily enough, with it being called a league, yes. Okay. Let's get these things out of the way. The Chaos bag. I have already shuffled the encounter deck. I haven't got my tokens ready. Tokens. Sorry for the noise. And we start at the topmost Great Web location. After this location was revealed, place a doom on it. And one clue. And a 5 shroud. What a great start. Okay, let's read the blurb. In fact, let's read... I've never played this scenario before. Everything has led to this. Virgil's writings, your companion's never-ending sleep, St. Mary's, the Black Cat, all of it. You have no choice but to press on. This trans-dimensional space is home to a creature that would obliterate your world and replace it with a new reality. A nightmare escape, pitch black darkness, and creatures that prey on your kind. If you cannot stop its weaving, there'll be no earth left to wake up to. You have to do something, even if it means your end. Okay. Act 1A, Journey Across the Bridge. You realise now that you are no longer in the Dreamlands or the waking world, but somewhere else entirely. A Stygian? Void. Stygian? I'm going to say Stygian, I don't know. Wherein dwells the Weaver of the Cosmos. It's not just your world at stake, but the Dreamlands as well. Each location is connected to each location above and below it. If each investigator is at the bottommost location, spend the requisite number of clues to advance, 3 per investigator. Sorry about the wobbling. I've reorganised my desk somewhat, and I think I'm knocking the camera every time I nudge the desk. Okay, Agenda 1A, Bridge of Webs. This vast expanse of space is a bridge between the Dreamlands and reality, woven by a terrible spider creature that is the cause of all the distortions you've experienced thus far. If you don't find a way to stop it from completing the bridge, it will open the way for these horrors to enter the waking world. This agenda gets +2 investigators doom threshold, so I will stick... Where's my spare dice? I'll stick an extra, so we've got this 7, so we're talking 9, aren't we? So I'm going to stick 2 dice on there to show 9. It's a 9 limit, so I don't forget. Okie dokie. Not faffing around with connectors because it's a straight line, isn't it? Put it slightly off to one side because in the middle it seems to get glare off this light, so again, something else I need to sort out. Let's get my opening in hand and see how terrible this is going to be. Yeah, I'm not sure about this new layout. I had a job interview in the week, and so I wanted to have my computer in front of me, camera facing me, and I've not jiggled it back. It just feels a little bit close, and I don't have as much desk space as I used to have, so I might set it back. Right, here we go. Our opening hand is boom, shortcut, boom, water protection, boom, shriveling level 3, boom, promise of power, boom, stargazing. Okay. Stargazing will be good to put some positives in the encounter deck. In the effect that I can't find Alyssa, so I'll keep that. I'm going to leave Promise of Power I'm going to keep shriveling, and I'm going to ditch the other 2. So go for 3 more. Come on, Alyssa, where are you? 1, 2, 3. No Alyssa, but Scroll of Secrets will go to sort of help with Gloria's tricks. Right, I've just remembered that I haven't started recording, so I'll do that now just in case the stream fails. There, recording started. That is my opening hand after mulliganing. You'll have to believe me if the stream has failed. Okay, so I think we are about ready to go. So yeah, that is my opening hand. We are at the Great Web, investigating a Shroud of 5. There is 1 Doom in play already. There was not enough steps or whatever they're called to put extra Doom in play as well, because I didn't do any. Okay, so let's see, what shall we do first? Let's do some setup. Obviously Gloria is very fragile. She's only got 5 health, and I've already got 2 physical trauma, so things aren't boding well for this scenario. So I'm going to spend 1 to get Scroll of Secrets out, which comes with 3 secrets. Look at the bottom card of any investigator's deck or the encounter deck, then either discard that card or add it to its owner's hand and place it on the bottom of its deck, or place it on the top of its deck. But Gloria's ability will let me do that to 2, and with the additional card I can put it on the top, I can discard it, or I can put it face down beneath Gloria, which I don't do because that triggers her weakness. And also on the taboo, that is no longer an action, that is a freebie. And now penalty 3 for shriveling, level 3. 4 charges. I may as well trigger, spend 1 of the Scroll of Secrets to look at the bottom 2 cards of the encounter deck. A Web Spinner or Ancient Evils, what a combination. So I'm tempted to put the to actually put Ancient Evils on the top, because at least I know what it is and it's not the enemy, because I can't fight yet. Well, I can actually, I've got shriveling, haven't I? So should I take the spider? I don't really want to take the spider. I've got shriveling. I can fight with my head, which is 5. I'll be fighting 7. 7 on a 2. I think I want to save the shriveling for the spider legs though, so I'm going to leave it as it is. It's probably a really bad choice. Okay, so that was a freebie. So my 3rd action, I'll save stargazing until after before I've looked at the top card of the deck. I'll get 3 resources for now. What a thrilling first turn. So I played shriveling, I played Scroll of Secrets, I triggered Scroll of Secrets free ability, and I played Emergency Quiche. Alyssa is not in play, neither are any enemies. Ready cards, card and a resource. Crack case. Another resource. Doom on the agenda. That gets us to 2. 1, 2 out of 9. I've got that right, haven't I? +2, 7 + 2, yes. Right. Okay, Doom on the agenda, done that, and our encounter card is, oh what a surprise, it's Ancient Evils. Okay. I will now pay 0 for Stargazing. Only when there are 10 or more cards in the encounter deck, which there definitely are. Put a copy of The Stars Are Right and shuffle it into the top 10 cards of the encounter deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I take it is you take 10 cards and shuffle a Stars Are Right in rather than Stars Are Right being one of the 10. Don't know. But there's a 1 in 10 chance that the Stars Are Right are at the top here now. Right, let's... That was my first action, wasn't it? Second, excuse me, let's investigate a flat 5. On a 5, I wanted some more toys out by now. 5 on a 5. Cultist, reveal another token. Elder Thing, -3. And it wasn't an attack against a spider, so nothing happens. I want Alyssa Graham out. I'm going to draw a card. Third action, draw a card. Scoff Secrets again. Okay. No Alyssa Graham, no enemies in play. Ready cards, card and a resource. I draw Alyssa Graham and a resource. Okay. Doing on the agenda, we're now at 4 out of 9. And encounter card into the Grey Unknown. It's a swarm of spiders. Swarming 2, so we get my top 2 cards. Luckily, that wasn't Alyssa Graham. Right, now if I remember right, damage cascades onto the swarm. So it's gonna be a pain, but is it worth using Spectral Razor to get rid of the triple swarm in one go? I think that might be overkill, but at the same time it might be beneficial. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 2 for Spectral Razor. Out of my head value, so that's 7 on a 1. Seven on a 1 -2. The enemy is non-elite, so it does +2 damage, so 3 damage. Ping, ping, ping. 1, 2, 3. I think they go on the bottom of my deck. Right, that was action 1. Efficient. Action 2, pay 4 for Alyssa. Trigger Alyssa's ability to look at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. So Web Spinner or Ancient Evils. I've got a strange sense of deja vu here. I'm going to use Gloria's ability to put the Web Spinner on the bottom of the encounter deck. I can't do that. It's Alyssa's ability, taking Doom, to put something on the bottom of the encounter deck. But then I was going to do Soul Scroll of Secrets, which looks at the bottom of the encounter deck. I should have done it the other way around, shouldn't I, really? Oh well, I'll do it next time. At least I know it's another Ancient Evils, and I'm gonna die soon. Right. So that was my second action, was to play Alyssa Graham. And now I've plus 1 book, so I'm investigating a 6 on a 5. -2, still a fail. Brilliant. Yeah, I did Alyssa Graham. My Hunter enemies have moved. Well, there aren't any Hunter enemies. Ready cards. Card and a resource. And I draw the seal of the 7th sign. And get a resource, which I can't afford to play, of course. Doom on the agenda. We are at 5 out of. That should be a 3, shouldn't it, to make it 9? Can't do basic maths today. 6 and 3 is 9. 7, 8, 9. That's right. We draw our encounter card. Guess what it is? It's Ancient Evils. We'll stick another Doom on there. Then how at 5, 6 out of 9. This is not going well. Action 1. I need to get that 8 out of 9, isn't it? 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9, thanks to Alyssa Graham. Let's do another investigate. 6. I'm tempted to I might lob in that Scroll of Secrets to make it 7. 7 on a 5. 7 on a 5, 0. That's a pass. What do I do? So I get the clue. Crack the case. After you discover the last clue at your location, gain a total of X resources, where X is the location shroud value. 3. I'll turn that one into a 3. That makes sense. So I've got 1 to 6. Cool. That was my second action. Crack the case was a fast. Third action. I'm going to play Seal of the 7th Sign. That cost me 4. And it gets 7. I'm going to use dice for this. I've got the 7. What's it's on there? I can seal the Elder Sign. Right. Not the Elder Sign, the Tentacle. Okay. So that was my third action, wasn't it? I investigated. I played this. I think that was my third action anyway. No, I didn't use Alyssa Graham this turn. I investigated to get the clue, which gave me the 5. I used the 5 to pay for thingies. That was my second action, so I've got 1 action left. I am going to move down to the next location, which you should never do. That's your final move. There's an additional cost to investigate this location. You must either spend an action or place a doom on it. Okay. That's my third action. Let's use Alyssa Graham to check the top 2 cards. Will of the Spider Mother or Caught in a Web. Caught in a Web drops your evade and you cannot take more than 1 move each turn, which isn't the end of the world. Or Will of the Spider Mother is test head of 3. My head is currently 5. I think I'm going to stick with Will of the Spider Mother because that's one being combat to get rid of. It's more difficult for me to deal with. So I will discard that one. Put Will of the Spider Mother back. Thinking about it, I should have done a discard when I did the earlier Alyssa rather than putting it on the bottom and taking the doom. Never mind. At least that doom will go away when the agenda advances, because it's only the doom on locations in play that doesn't. Okay, so that was Alicia's freebie ability. Move was my last. Yeah. No enemies in play. Ready cards. Card and a resource. I draw another Alyssa Graham. Well, that's something. Bit of insurance in hand and a resource. Okay. Doom. Now we're at 6, 7, 8 out of 9. This is the Witcher. What does they say? Our encounter is Will of the Spider Mother. What a surprise. Test head of 3. My head is 5. 5 versus 3. Nothing to commit. -2. That's a pass. Okay, so 2 actions to investigate. 5 on a 1. I would assign. +1. Look at the top card of the encounter deck. When I look at one more card of the encounter deck, I can look at 2. Swarm of spiders or the stars are right. Swarm of spiders gets discarded. Stars are right goes back. That goes back as well. Pass the investigation. Get a clue. What's a resource? Get a clue. So that was 2 actions. 3rd action, move. Another 5 shroud. After this location is revealed, place a doom on it. Wow, that's a shame. So we're now at 6, 7, 8, 9 doom, but it was going to advance anyway this round. I did Alyssa. Did I do Alyssa? Yes, I did. So I should have exhausted her. Hunter enemies move. There are none. Ready cards. Card and a resource. I draw Liber Omnium Finium. Draw Revelation. Draw a random non-weakness encounter card from beneath Gloria. There are none. That card gains blah blah blah. If no card is drawn, shuffle it back into your deck. That is the most painless weakness around, as long as you're not using Gloria's ability to hide encounter cards underneath her. Right. Doom goes away. We hit the 9, but those 2 dooms stay in play. There is no air in this interdimensional space. Even the bleak pits of the underworld, you sensed cold wind calling through the depths, or warm noxious gas rising from the sea of pitch. But here there is nothing. No air, no atmosphere, no life whatsoever, save for you and the spiders who works near completion. Just as you are contemplating how anything can exist at all in this awful world between worlds, you hear a sound like the stretching and tearing of fabric. Then a rush of billowing air erupts all around you, filling the vastness of the realm like a dust in a vacuum. The wind must be coming from somewhere, and that can only mean one thing. The worlds are starting to merge. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So, I'm not going to get that stargazing, am I? I'm not. Now then, I'm trying to remember what the trigger window is. I think the trigger window is at the start of the Mythos phase, not after you had the Doom. Otherwise I could have triggered Scroll of Secrets. Okay, and we get, it's an enemy, isn't it? Oh, Obscuring Fog attached to your location. That's alright, because I've already investigated it. Cool. Harmless. Okay, action 1. We move to the final location. It's another 5 and another Doom on it. And what's this? This again is +3 Doom, +2 Doom. So we're at 9. So we're at 11 Doom for this. but I'm at the bottom. I have the requisite number of clues, so I'm going to spend those. Did I? What's going on here? I definitely investigated that one. I've not investigated this one yet, have I? I just didn't put the clue on it. So that shouldn't have been revealed. Whoopsie. So I have still got to investigate the Great Web, I think. If I've got this wrong, I'm sure somebody will point it out. It's now got +2 shroud, which is awful. So I think I'm just going to move to the bottom one. Can't possibly be worse than a 5, can it? So first action, we've moved to the bottom one. Second action, we are going to investigate. It's a 5, 6. 6 on a 5. I could do with some of my stat boosts. 6 on a 5 +1. That's a success. So I get the clue that I failed to put out on there. There's the clue. Now I've got the 3. Spend the 3 to advance. That was after my second action. The Edge of Dreams reads scenario interlude the Spider Queen in the campaign guide, and then advance to Act 2A, Weaver of the Cosmos. Just bear with me, dear viewer. Okay. You climb a precipice of stone and behold the enormity of the Spider's Bridge and the thing astride it, Atlaknacha, god of spiders, accompanied by its horde of weavers. Excuse me. The many-legged monstrosities continuously intertwined strands of cosmic web, toiling endlessly with nightmarish fervour. As the awful creatures weave each thread, you feel reality and dreams distort, collide and crash together. In the distance, waves of dream break upon the rocks of reality, and reality collapses upon itself into the surging amorphous dream. You can barely comprehend the strange shifting vistas. The sticky web hangs off the sides. A sticky web hangs off the side of your vantage point like a silken ladder, leading down to your doom. If Randolph survived the descent, no, he didn't. The Spider Queen 4. So, the Spider Queen 4. The creature is close to completing its design. The legs move about, swiftly spinning thread after thread of cosmic silk with unearthly determination. It scarcely even recognizes your presence. Perhaps you can sever its legs, or tear apart the webbing upon which it stands. I wonder. Remove each location from the game except the bottommost location. Shift that location upwards so it is at the top of the play area. Okay, shuffle the remaining set-aside Great Web locations and place 7 of them in a circle along with the investigator's location as the topmost location in the circle. So does that mean there's 8? I think it does, doesn't it? 1, 2, let's do 4 points of a compass, and then they'll do the assemble Atlaknacha. Nacha. This is awesome, isn't it? So cool. Place the assembled Atlaknacha in the center of play between all 8 locations, so one corner of each legs touches a different location. Shuffle each set aside spinner in darkness into the encounter deck, is that right? Along with the discard pile. Read the rules for Atlak-Nacha as follows. Atlak-Nacha's form comprises multiple legs. Each of the enemies operates as a separate enemy with the massive keyword and is considered to be engaged with each investigator. Each leg is considered to be at the location its corner. It's, physically bordering. That's depicted in the diagram below. The centre card and each legs should remain in the same formation at all times, even if one card is removed from the formation. As a result, the legs cannot move or be moved except by effects that spin. If you're instructed to spin Atlak-Nacha one or more times, rotate all of the cards in the centre, each remaining legs of Atlak-Nacha card as well as the centre card, such that each legs move clockwise through that many locations. Cool. And yeah, got the location layout right. Cool. So I'm here with a giant evil spider god in the middle. Her legs are touching the 4 corners, and I'm at the top, looking a little bit scared. So, Atlak-Nacha is distracted by its mindless task. Now is your chance. So I can spend a clue to deal 3 damage to an Ancient One enemy at your location. Oh, okay, so I don't need to physically combat. I can spend clues to do it. Well, that would be good to know before I put extra weapon in my deck. Well, not weapon, but never mind. Forced. When the Mythos phase begins, reveal a random token from the Chaos bag. If its modifier is negative, spin it clockwise X times. X is the token's negative modifier. So it's just that. There's just a. It only goes clockwise with a negative. It's drawing. Just bear with me. I'm going to put a reminder on my tracker. So when did it say? When the Mythos phase begins. So it's going to be next Mythos phase. Spin, spin, whiskey and gin. I suffer for my art, bartender. I've got wild mushrooms growing in my yard. Okay, 5 points to anyone who recognises that. Okay, so that was my second action, wasn't it? I did my first action. My first action was investigate. I got the clues. I advanced the act, so now I'm on my second action. There is no clue at that location because I've just got it, but it should have a doom on it, annoyingly. So if I move here, Atlak-Nacha is engaged with me, but the enemy can't make attacks of opportunity. So ideally I want to get there, get a clue, spend the clue, and it's an action to spend the clue. Whereas if I get there, I've only got 2 actions left, so it's going to be move, investigate, then it attacks me. 1 of each. 1 damage will kill Alyssa. Do I move 2 and be sat there and then gamble that the token doesn't move the legs there to me anyway? But then at least it won't be there on this. Yeah, I'm going to move 2. 1, 2. In fact, I'm going to have to move 1. And then you watch, there'll be something that stops me. Forced. After you enter this location, test head of 3. Willpower. I've got to stop saying head. Test willpower of 3. My willpower is 5. 5 on a 3. -1 is a pass. So then my third action is to move here. Shroud of 3, 2 clues. Oh, that's good. That's good. Lower shroud, more clues. If it is not Act 1, it's not Act 1. And there are 1 per investigator or fewer clues on this location. Move to the location directly across. If it is not Act 1. Oh, of course, because these great webs could have been in that vertical line during Act 1. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's my 3 actions done. Oh, I need to do Alyssa Graham. Check the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. So web spinner or a swarm of spiders. A web spinner will go to an empty location, and he isn't hunter and he is aloof. Swarm of spiders will engage me, so I'm going to discard the swarm of spiders and leave the web spinner there, because then I can choose where he goes. Okay, no enemies in play yet. Ready cards, ready. Card. Okay, a ward of protection and a resource. Spin, spin, whiskey and gin. I suffer. I'm doing it again. So is it negative? It's reveal a random token. If its modifier is negative, well, that doesn't have a modifier, so I think that means it stays put. Okay, which is good. Doom. 1, 2. And my encounter card, unsurprisingly, is a web spinner, which I can spawn at any empty location. So I'm going to spawn him up there at the top because there's no clues there. Oh, but forced at the end of the round, if he's ready, place a doom on him. I didn't think this through, did I? So he's going to keep accumulating doom, so I've got to deal with him, so I put him here. Read the cards properly, Kevin. Okay, action 1, investigate. 5 on a 3, sorry, 6, no, 5 on a 3. I've got a feeling I might have done a previous investigate wrong because I was taking my 5 intellect rather than my 5 willpower rather than my 4 intellect anyway. Drawn a -2, so I'm 4, 5, 5 minus 2 is 3, I pass. Then I'm just going to do it again for my second action. 5 on a 3. 0. Cool. That's 2 clues as us. 2 actions. I'm not going to go and engage the web spinner yet. Let me add a reminder. Or let me do this. Let me get me little little cards out. Round end as a thing for him. So Alyssa, I forgot Alyssa's ability again. Let's do Alyssa. Swarm of spiders or Spider of Leng. Who shuffled this deck? So Spider of Leng, forced when the enemy phase ends, add a swarm card to each swarm in play. If there are no swarm in play, search for one. Or swarm. I think I'm going to go with the swarm. I think the swarm is the lesser of 2 evils there. And what I might do, just to delay that spider, exhaust Scroll of Secrets. Take the bottom 2 cards. It's a Grey Weaver or Will of the Spider Mother. I'll go with Will of the Spider Mother and to get rid of the Grey Weaver. Okay, so there did both of those tricks. So it's Will of the Spider Mother first, Swarming Spider next. No Hunter enemies in play. No enemies to attack. Ready cards. Card and a resource. I draw an emergency quiche. Another resource. That's the end of the round. So he gets, or Doom goes on his location, not on him. Oh, that's even worse. I was thinking I could kill him and get rid of the Doom, but no. Oh, spin. We draw a token. Negative modifier. It moves that many. Boom. +1 doesn't move. Hey. Okay, Doom on the agenda. So up to 2. We draw our encounter card, which is the Will of the Spider Mother. Test head of 3. My head is 5. -3. I failed by 1. So, if there is a spider enemy at your location, there is not. If you fail, you cannot attack or investigate until the end of the round. Okay. Was I going to attack or investigate? I guess I was. Right, action 1. I move here. He's aloof, so he ignores me. Let's reveal the location first. Great Web. After you enter this location, test head of 3. My head is 5. +1 again. So I've passed the test. That was my first action. My second action is to spend 1 clue and deal 3 damage to natural legs. Is that right? So those legs are defeated. Third action, I can't attack and I can't investigate. My evade is a measly 1. Do I move on? Do I move on and come back? Well, I'm at 2 away from any legs. And I haven't put a clue on there, but I can't investigate this turn. Thanks to failing the Will of the Spider Mother. There's no point in engaging the web spinner at this point. He's going to generate another Doom. Do I stay here? I'm going to draw a card, stay here. It's St. Hubert's Key. Excellent. That's my third action. Alyssa Graham. I didn't do Alyssa Graham's ability. No, I didn't. I know the next one is a spider. Swarm of spiders. Swarm of spiders or a Grey Weaver. I'm not farming for Grey Weaver points. I'll stick with the Swarm of Spiders. And I'm tempted to exhaust Scroll of Secrets to filter the spider out even further. Yeah, let's do that. So let's take 2 from the bottom. Endless Weaving. Spider makes... Oh, I'll go with the stars are right, yes, and I'll discard that one. Cool. Hunter enemies move. No hunter enemies in play. No enemies at my location. Well, he's aloof, so he doesn't do anything. Ready card. Card and a resource. I draw another ward of protection and gain another resource. So I'll flip that one to 3 and lose 1. And I'll flip that one to 3 as well. I'm at 6. End of the round. That gets an extra doom on it. I need to deal with that web spinner next turn. Spin. How to think. I hope I'm playing this right, and the fact that even though the symbol resolves as having a negative modifier, that's not classed as a negative modifier. Because it's not, I'm not doing a chaos thing, which is what that is. I am just revealing a token. Reveal a random token. If its modifier is negative, spin it X times. X is the token's negative modifier. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Doom. We're now at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 11. And our encounter card is the stars are right. Remove the stars are right from the game. Choose an investigator. This one. That investigator draws a card. Spectral Razor. Gains a resource. And may take an immediate action as if it is their turn, which does not count towards the number of actions they may take. So I will take my bonus action now of engaging the web spinner. Okay, action 1. I'm going to shrivel the web spinner. So I'm attacking with 5, 6, 7. 7 on a 2. -1. That's a pass. And it deals +1 damage. He only has 2 health, so he is finally toast. So that was my first proper action. My second action, let's get another Cluzers. So 4, 5 on a 4. Hang on a minute, let's pay 4 for Hubert. So hand, spell, ally. What you call it? So I have -2 sanity, so I'm down to 6, 7 sanity. I like to use dice to keep track of my individual stats for obvious reasons. So I've got +1 willpower, so that's a 6, and I've got +2 investigate, so that now is also a 6. Okay, so that was my second action, playing Hubert. Third action, let's investigate now that I'm a 6 on a 4. 6 on a 4, -1, that's a pass. Yeah, another clip. And I can get that clear because it is now a different turn from when I failed the thingy. And I also need to make sure I do Alicia Graham. Well, I've already done Alicia Graham, well, that was the previous go, wasn't it? Yes, because I got thingy. And I spent that scroll of secrets, didn't I? Did I? I think I did. So 2. It's swarm of spiders or a swarm of spiders. Ooh, let me think. I'm going to discard one of the swarm of spiders and I'll keep the other swarm of spiders. I could put a doom on it to put that swarm of spiders on the bottom, but then I don't know what I'm getting. So I'll stick with what I've got, I think. Exhaust Alicia because I've done her. Right, no hunter enemies in play, no one attacks, ready cards, card and a resource. I draw working a hunch, get a resource. There's no end of round effects. Now we do the spin. Come on, give me a number this time. -3, there we go. So it goes 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're back on this side of the room again. So he was there, 1, 2, 3. That is right, isn't it? Yeah. And I have got that right. It is the number of times it moves. Yes. I've got 2 clues, so I can do with 2 legs. I either move back up there to do with that one, with the thought that I'm equidistant from the 2 others. But I think I better go this way because then there's more clues that way. That's what I thought anyway. Anyway, doom. 4, 2, 4, 5 out of 11. And our encounter card is a swarm of spiders. Swarming 2. So he is engaged with me. Action 1. I need to kill the spiders now, don't I? What have I got on me? I've got Alyssa. 2 wards of protections. The emergency quiche, spectral razor, and working a hunch. It's probably not. Well, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 2 for the spectral razor and fight the swarm of spiders using 6 attack, 6 on a 1. Skull is -2, so that's a pass. Deals +2 damage because it's non-elite, so that kills, oops, all 3 of the spiders. Okay, that's my first action. Razor the spiders. Second action, move to here. 2 clues to find here. Excellent. And my third action is to spend a clue to kill the legs. That seems too easy, but yeah, I'm sure he's going to kick me up the backside at some point. There's no hidden that this is 3 investigators plus X, is it? I didn't reveal a token, that's what it is. Did I do it? I did do it for the first one. I don't think I did. I don't think I did reveal a token for the first one. So the first one I did was Well, I'll do it for this one now anyway, so it's... No, it spent 3 damage to deal... Ignore me, I'm getting confused by the X on the fight. It's not a fight, it's spending a clue. Right. Did I Alyssa Graham this round? I don't think I did. So let's get that done now. Endless weaving or obscuring fog. The fog will give it a +2 shroud. That will get it up to a 5. Or endless weaving, choose a spider. Or search for a spider. So harder investigating or search for a spider. I've got enough clues to do 1 more damage to the legs. Don't know what these locations are. We will find out shortly. I think I'm going to risk the fog and discard the extra spider. Right, hunt to enemies move, not in play. No enemies to attack. Ready cards, ready card, and a resource. It's the Inquiring Mind. That's the one that can only be used on a test on the location. Okay, spin. Whiskey and gin, that's a for my bartender. I got wild mushrooms growing in my yard. Give me a pour of petrol. Can't on the half shell. Feels like prohibition, baby. Give me the hard sell. Right. I forgot what I was doing. -3. So yes, it moves it moves 3. So it goes 1, 2, 3. Alright. It was there, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. Doom. Encounter. Fog. Action 1. Is it worth me even trying to investigate, or shall I move and kick a leg out from under her again? I think I move and kick a leg out. I could do a test investigate. Do an investigate. Can I defeat? So it'd be 3, 4, 5. Could throw. Let's pay 2. Do it this way. Pay 2 for working a hunch. Discover a clue at your location. So now I've got enough clues to deal with the legs. That was my first action. My second action is to move here. Shroud 4. Oh, I've got a test evade. Oh no. After you enter this location, test evade of 3. If you fail, you must either lose an action for each point you failed by, or place 1 doom on the location. Right, well, my evade is 1. Let's lob in Inquiring Mind to make it 4, because there is a clue on my location. And one of my warded protections, 5. 5 on a 3. Elder Thing is -3. So that's failed by 1. 5 minus 3 is 2. It was a test of 3. I failed by 1. Okay, so I could lose 1 action. I can do that. But it doesn't mean I'm going to get a hit this turn. Or do I place a doom? I'm going to take a doom. Risk it. So I still have my third action, and my third action is to spend a clue to kick the legs out. So that's my 3 actions done. I didn't do Alyssa Graham. Check the top two cards. Caught in a web and obscuring fog. I don't think the fog's the end of the world. Caught in a web. You get -1 evade, and you can't take more than 1 move action. Let's get rid of that, and we'll keep the obscuring fog. Okay. Hunter enemies move. We have none. Enemies attack. We have none. Ready cards, card, and a resource. Card. Another seal of the 7th sign. And a resource. Spin! Spin! Not doing it again. Stop it. -1. So that's at that angle there. So -1 makes it touch there. I think that's 1 rotation. Doom. We're now at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 11. Getting close. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our encounter card is... Oh, it's obscuring fog on this location. Who'd have thought it? Action 1. I'm now too far away. I can go 1, 2, kick. To go into this location, test head of 3. Let's do that. We'll go 1, 2, test head of 3 on that location. Head is 6. Reveal another token. -2, that's a pass. And the third action, spend the last clue to kick the last leg out. Alyssa Graham's ability. Caught in a web or the spinner in darkness. +1 damage and +1 horror. I'll do that. No, I'm going to do caught in a web. Oh, what do I do? Actually, let's use Glory's ability to discard one of them and Alyssa's ability to put it on the bottom and take a doom, which will now go away. Right, Hunter enemies move. Well, actually, no, before I do that, well, that was part of my final action, wasn't it? So 4 legs are in the victory display. Advance. Having severed the wretched spider's legs and unravelled the webs it stood on, you hoped that this would send the thing careening into the endless void below, but as it falls, more thin, jagged legs erupt from below its abdomen and it grips onto a nearby platform, just barely catching itself. The horrible maw, which extends down the length of its worm-like head, wrenches open. From it emerges a screech like 1,000 nails on a chalkboard. Oh, great. Flip it over. Spawn it on the location with most doom. That's where I am. And then the final act. You're at the last line of defence of the creature's scheme to devour the world. So it's, again, we've still got this spend a clue to deal 3 damage to an ancient one. And she's still spinning clockwise. But she could have killed me. Nearly. So that happened during my last action. My last action was to deal with the legs, which triggered that. So she's here. So now we should be here in the enemy phase. Enemies attack. To horror. And I'm going to have to take the 2 damage to take me to 4 out of 5 because I can't afford to kill Alicia just yet. Oh, and when she spins, she's going to attack. I think I'm going to have to just go all out fighty fight, aren't I? And forget the whole clue bonus bit. Ready cards? Yeah, card and a resource. Crack the case and a resource. I think I'm just going to go shrivel crazy at that Natcher's face. So is it still... When the Mythos phase begins, please don't move, because if she attacks me, I'm dead. I planned this poorly. I'm dead. I'm dead. So she moves 2. When she leaves a location, if there are no investigators, place a doom there. Otherwise, it attacks each investigator at that location. So she's going to go 1, 2. So as she leaves, she gets a punch in of 2 physical, 2 mental. I can take the 2 mental, but I'm already at 4 out of 5, so I only have capacity to take 2 hits, 1 on me, 1 on Alicia. Kills us both. We're dead. Well, I don't think that was too bad, getting the 4 legs to get 8 points for the league, especially given that I've never played this before and I didn't really know what I was expecting other than the fancy artwork. So yeah, there we go then. Thank you very much for watching. That's 1 hour and 2 of your life you will never get back. I hope that's been of slight entertainment value. And I will go now. Thanks again. That is the end of this season of the League of Extraordinary Investigators. We have not 100% decided what we're going to do next, whether we do some standalones or we dive straight into Innsmouth. But watch this space, we will be back. Thanks for watching. Bye.